Hello, my name is Jacob Hugentobler, and I'm a Social Security Disability Attorney here at the Packard Law Firm. I'm here today to explain in this video about the importance of your 50th and your 55th birthdays, if those have already happened or if they're just around the corner, and how they will help you win your disability case. So why are those ages important? Well, it's because there are special medical vocational rules that are often called grid rules, and your judges apply those grid rules routinely in a mechanical fashion to direct a finding of somebody being disabled or somebody being not disabled. First, let me explain why we have these rules. They reflect two principles of public policy that I think are pretty wise in how the regulations are written, which is that they protect people with no college education, no special skills, no special licenses, and who have generally been working minimum wage or low wage jobs for the last 15 years or even their entire careers. In other words, the public policy wants to protect people who are not competitive with young, healthy people in low wage entry level jobs. So the first point of public policy is to remember is this: we generally do not make people who are 55 years old compete with young and healthy people for cashier type jobs. And it's not exactly a cashier job, but it's something that is physically like a cashier job, where you're standing and walking all day. The training period is very basic and very short, and you're generally lifting something like a gallon of milk, 2 gallons of milk, and a bushel of bananas all in the same bag, which is, by the way, about 20 pounds. The second point of public policy is this: if you are 50 years old and you are also disabled, we do not make people in your position to compete with young, healthy people for entry-level desk jobs. So how do these grid rules work in practice? Well, first, let's start with the 50-year-olds. If you're 50 or you're about to turn 50 and you also are about to need a knee replacement, that is potentially a winning scenario for the grid rules as they apply to that age category. If your diabetes is uncontrolled and you're off your feet all day because of the painful neuropathy, potentially another winning scenario is also with that. And maybe you were injured in a car crash and you need a lower back surgery or you need a hip replacement because of that accident. Well, if you've been working in unskilled, low-wage jobs for the last 15 years, that also might be a winning scenario. This is how the medical vocational rules operate mechanically to direct a finding of disability in that particular case, assuming, of course, all the other pieces of the puzzle fit together. Now, if you're 55, and let's say, for example, that you need a neck surgery, that would pretty much prohibit you from lifting heavy weights. Same thing with a shoulder surgery, too. So if you have also worked low-skilled, low-wage jobs for the last 15 years, and assuming all the other pieces of the puzzle fit together, then the medical vocational rules or the grid rules would direct a finding of disability in that case. So I hope that's what your judge ultimately concludes. Assuming that all the other pieces of the puzzle fall together, that is a winning scenario. Now, one thing to be keeping in mind is that there could be an exception to these grid rules that directs you to the path of not disabled, which is that over the last 15 years, if you happen to have worked in these unskilled, low-wage, cashier-type jobs or desk jobs, then your judge might find that you're not disabled because you have the physical functional capacity to do those exact same jobs, given your age limit. And if this is the issue, then you need to talk to a disability attorney, because it does occasionally come up, and we will help you to iron out the facts and make the rules apply in your case in the most favorable way possible. So the Packard Law Firm has just the right attorneys for you, so give us a call today.